At what point does an event need to happen in an area of your life that you fully agree with to say, dude, I don't care. This doesn't make sense. I have to get to the bottom of this. Did my son have a heart attack because of the vaccine that we took? Or is it politics more than I may be wrong?
Well, I think the problem is these people don't have a voice. I know
LeBron has a voice,
people.
though.
Yeah, he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to use that voice. I mean, he was attacked for saying that could be a personal choice. I mean, he was attacked by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for saying that he thinks that the vaccine should be a personal choice. Well, clearly he was right. It should be a personal choice, especially now that we know that it's not just ineffective, but it can also be dangerous for a lot of people. We know that they lied about the studies. We know that they were deceptive. We know that they're covering up the data.
Yeah. You know, and that's why I think you are as influential as you are, because so guys are asking me a question like, hey, Pat, you're friends with Joe. You know, you guys talk. You just, what you think he's going to do? Do you have insight? I'm like, dude, I've never asked Joe, and I don't know whether Joe's going to interview Trump or not, right? But I said, let me tell you what I think of Joe. Here's what I see of Joe, of following him. And, you know, you and I have had dinner 3, 4, 5 times together, something like that. But we haven't, like, hung out to really know of each other. Maybe we've spent 20 hours together total. I know a couple of times we're in, you know, Jackson, we had dinner till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. That in itself, we had some good times together. But I said, I think he's going to interview Trump. Why do you think he will? I said, because Joe's level of maturity is such a level that he's comfortable to say, yeah, I changed my mind. I want to talk to the guy. Okay. Most people can't do that because the level of ego stubbornness that we have, we're just not going to do it. We're like, no, never. I'm never going to do it. There's no one. Okay. So Kyrie is in LeBron's ear. Kyrie doesn't want to take the vaccine. They don't let the guy play. You know, the whole New York, you know, New Jersey, Brooklyn Nets or whatever. It was like, oh, why would you? Stephen A. Smith coming out. They should get rid of him. This man, shame on him. $19 million. You should take the vaccine. It's not the responsible. And, you know, Stephen A. is the spokesperson for ESPN. So, boom. Stephen A. maybe is saying what his job is, and that's maybe what he believes in. But I think what's going to happen is when a guy like you, who I would say pre-2016, 2017, maybe even pre-2019, most of your listeners, percentage-wise, I don't know if this data is out there or not, I would say most of them would be libertarian. If we were to put, you know, right, center, left, whatever, I would say most of your audience until 2019 was probably center-left, is what I would put it. Now, you could dispute, disagree, whatever. I'm just giving my opinion.
Okay.
Right? Okay. For the guy that said marijuana should be legal, for the guy that was in documentaries, you were in documentaries talking about, you know, what is this? And you're giving your argument, well, kind of makes sense. You know, maybe we should make this legal. You all of a sudden are like, yeah, no, I'm not with it, guys. For years, I was like, vaccine is what we should save so many lives, and I'm not with it. And then you went on the offensive, and then they went and brought old clips from you because you're a target. And then they spend nearly $300 million of marketing dollars. You know what I'm saying when I say $300 million of all the shit they talked about you. They didn't even know what they did. They made you the guy, and it's game over. They screwed up on the way they approached the enemy. Where I'm going with this, Joe, is if this happens to the wrong person, where to them it's not politics over knowing the truth, this shit's over. And if it's somebody that's part of their camp, you can't all of a sudden say, well, LeBron doesn't know what he's talking about. He's not a doctor. You know? Yeah, that person doesn't know what they're talking about. They're going to try to demonize him, undermine him, whatever they're going to do with that person right there. But eventually, I believe it's going to happen to somebody who was pro-vaccine, who took the shots, who made a decision as a family for their kids to take it. And something's going to happen, and they're going to say, I'm sorry, I have to find out for the rest of my life what's going on. Kind of like RFK has to find out, no, what'd you guys do to my dad?
Well, you're seeing
I think they're easy targets to say, look at this conspiracy theorist, and they go after them. I don't think they're going to move the needle.
So you think it has to be like a public person?
I think you move the needle. I think Elon moves the needle. I think LeBron moves the needle. I think, you know, Aaron Rodgers moves the needle. I think Djokovic moves the needle. I think these types of guys move the needle because you have to talk about them.